One of the important steps in any security framework that's out there is to evaluate your access rights. What are the permission levels that you've granted? Are they proper? Are they adequately assigned to the people who need access to it? You've heard about the principle of least privilege. No one should have any access to anything that's beyond their business need for accessing that resource. And it's very difficult when you're going through a security audit as an auditor sometimes to determine if the rights that are given to an individual or a group are proper. You have to ask questions, you have to investigate, you have to collaborate with others in order to determine if it's appropriate or not. And AWS has come out with the IAM Access Analyzer, and this greatly helps us as auditors to evaluate those access rights, but it also helps you to review your resource policies to understand if the people who have access to the resource should indeed have that. Access Analyzer gives you valuable insight into these resources by analyzing the resource itself, looking at the external entity that has access to the entity, and also looking at the permissions that are granted. And this new capability is using something called automated reasoning to determine all the possible scenarios. And this is very difficult to do during an audit for just one person. You know, considering all the scenarios and all the if this and then that kind of situations that occur in order to determine if the permissions are established properly. And so Access Analyzer does a lot of that work for you, and it will provide you with this data in order to make a decision if these are the permissions that you expect to see. And so you can evaluate access rights to S3 buckets, to your IAM roles, to KMS keys, Lambda functions, secrets manager. You're able to evaluate permissions on so many services like that within AWS that it allows you to do a lot more in less time using IAM Access Analyzer.